Okay, Fender Custom Shop. We've been doing these guitars for how long now?
A long time.
8 million years.
It has been a long time.
It's been a long time. That's kind of all we do. We just do custom builds and like lots of cool guitars, but we've learned things over the years. We want to share some of those with you right here, right now. If you're thinking about it, deciding that you want to enter this world, the insane world of the Fender Custom Shop, some of our big hits, some of our, wins we found that works out.
It's true.
It doesn't work. And the sort of changing trends in the flavors of the universe of fantastical guitars.
It happens. Things change.
Okay, let's just get right into it. The most important thing, colors.
Nothing matters except how it looks.
No,
there's some truth there.
No, because when I talk to people about when I'm designing guitars, that's the last thing I talk about.
Yeah.
It's the last thing. But I think for this video, it'll be funny just to get right into it, because it's kind of like, it's the thing we all look at the most. It's the thing you probably care the most about in a superficial way, right?
I mean, a lot of people, that's their big question. Like, can I do this thing? Can they take this color and make it look this tint and then beat it up? Yes.
The answer is yes to every question you have about colors, pretty much. Can they match a color to your mom's purse from 1965 that you have some weird Oedipal Rex type thing with? Yes, 100%.
If you're willing to go master build.
Yes, that's the matching thing. But can they get pretty darn close with the helps of your master designers here?
I was going to say, we know the the workarounds.
Yes. I was just thinking the same thing.
Why are you laughing? That wasn't funny. No, I just misspoke.
There's ways to communicate this within the Fender Custom Shop to get you as close as possible without jumping to master. That's one of our jobs, and something we take pride in. Like, if you don't feel like you want to spend that much, we can get you there without it. So colors are important. Some of our favorite colors, Johnny. Like, let's talk about color over color.
Whew. I just had one that actually spawned talking about this video.
Yeah, and I've done one like this color before too, but Johnny's was insane.
It was faded aged shell pink over black. And the pick guard, this was a Telecaster, and the pick guard was like an anodized black, like aluminum, like, oh my God, it was amazing.
Shell pink and black are colors, and you can reverse that too. You can have like, black over shell pink. It's a color you wouldn't think would work. Do
the pink and have black underneath. God, it looked good.
It's cooler.
Yeah.
There is something magical about that. We love all the colors of the Custom Shop. The Age Olympic whites, the greens, the blues. Yeah. There's just certain ones. That's a color of a color. That's a rare, unique one.
I will say this: for a while there, I felt like I saw a pretty even split between over black and over sunburst.
That was like 10 years ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah,
and my own personal strat is over black. It's faded aged metallic teal over black. But I'm just saying, if you want something that looks super classy and maybe a little less, like a little more understated, or rather, do it over black. Man, it looks good.
No, because the over 3-tone sunburst, sometimes 2-tone sunburst is amazing. That's one of the best combinations. They've knocked out of the park with that. The black is an odd one.
Black is, you just don't see it as much anymore.
You can do anything with the colors. That's the fun part. You can do sparkle over sparkle. It gets expensive.
It does.
You can do paisley over sparkles, sparkles over paisley. But in the reality, though, sometimes just keeping it really simple.
It can get too busy, right? Like, if you got too much stuff, sometimes it just gets kind of weird.
It's hard to beat a classic 2-tone sunburst.
God, it
is.
Like
a wide fade chocolate 2-tone sunburst, one of my personal favorites. But I do love the greens that start to turn blue and vice versa.
I look at colors that you maybe would think I'd never have that color. Like, I would never in a million years have thought, oh, I want a teal guitar. But my guitar doesn't look teal because they do something when they age.
Your guitar is teal.
It is. It's metallic teal, but it's super faded aged metallic teal. And it almost looks like a neat shade of blue. Man, it's great. And then you get the black peeking out. Whew.
And that's the thing, is like, once you get into colors, there's the aged, the super aged, the faded, super faded. You mix the two, you can dirty it, you can nickotize it.
And that has nothing to do with the aging process. You could do super faded, super aged, and still have an NOS guitar. So I feel like people get that in their brains.
Well, you jumped into that. Let's jump into aging.
It's almost like I knew the next bullet point. Weird.
Shh. We haven't planned this out at all. It's all off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
You can go from NOS, Closet Classic, Time Capsule, Deluxe Closet Classic, Journeyman Relic, Relic, Heavy Relic, Ultimate Relic, and then you can go like insanity.
Just take all the paint off.
You can Bonnie rate it,
Right.
and Rory Gallagher it.
Yeah.
Or you can have something exact copied from like a period if you want. That's a master build for sure.
Yeah.
Now it's the most popular for years would be the heavy relic.
Yeah.
It's changed a bit. It sort of went down to Journeyman Relic has become sort of like probably their MVP. We're big fans of Deluxe Closet Classic.
And what I'm a fan of has changed because I think when you first decide you're into the relic thing and you're like, oh yeah, beat the hell out of it, like take
Only
all the
relic.
But part of that was there was a point. It's just like everything else. The custom shop, like they've gotten better at certain things, and it used to be you either wanted to go barely any relic or a lot. There's some of the in-betweens I didn't think looked as real. But they've gotten so good at the Journeyman and so good at like the Deluxe Closet Classic, like the checking. I just think people are naturally swinging back that way as well because there's been years of heavy relic just paint on.
And I love seeing the NOS now too.
I kind of do too.
Like we did a few runs of those and they found homes immediately. I really enjoy a great brand new looking guitar, but I love a beat the heck one too.
I do too, and I think if you kind of like the NOS, look at the Time Capsule and the Deluxe Closet Classic because it does a good job of sort of taming that like shiny, almost sticky. That's gonna go away soon. So if you get NOS, no big deal. Play it for a week, you're just gonna feel better. But if you kind of want that pre-done for you a little bit, where it feels great but still looks pretty new, check out those
pickups. The engine.
Ooh.
This is one of the most important parts of your electric guitar.
for sure.
When you get now, obviously wood selection, you get into all that, but like this is the engine, the guts of the guitar.
Good news is there's only 3 sets of pickups that sound horrible, but Fender won't let us tell you this. I'm only kidding. they all sound pretty good. Wouldn't that be funny if there were 3 like we hate these 3, but we can't say. So choose carefully.
There is one that I don't like.
There's ones I like less, but every time I think that I hate a set, we get a guitar in, and then I'm like, damn, that's really like
every time
Texas
I think I
Specials.
hate a set, I get a one and it confirms I still hate it. So I'll be really transparent about that. Like there's certain ones like it's not my thing.
There's always exceptions.
But that's just my style. Like,
there are things
taste
that work
and class and subtlety.
Yeah, of course.
Like a sledgehammer.
That is bam, 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 bam.
Over here.
That's fine.
So what is one of your favorite sets of pickups?
Man, I love like the hand-wound Fat 50s.
Okay, that's probably the bread and butter #1 pickup.
Like for talking strats, you know what I mean? I love on tellies the combination of like any of the sort of like the crushed Blackguard or like the OG,
That's become the casino sort of.
With a twisted telly, hand-wired in the neck.
So speaking of that, like Baxter, me, on strats,
Yep.
I have this penchant for not having a full set of pickups. I like to mix them. And it depends on what you play, how you play, who you like, aggressive or not aggressive. And it takes a little time, and sometimes I change my minds drastically when we're working on this. But that's the thing is you can do that with the custom shop is you can have a 64, a fat 64, let's say, in the neck. You can have a fat 50s in the middle, and then let's say you want something a little like vintage 50s swagger, you can go for like a late 50s style in the bridge.
It's some of these things that you wouldn't think work great together work really, really, really well. And don't get like unless of course you're like sort of a purist and you're like, well, I want a 64 Strat and I want it all to be 64 stuff. Fine, but if that's not you, just because you're getting a 60s aesthetic, don't be afraid to use like a 50s pickup. You know what I mean? Especially if you're mixing them. Yeah. Like that's the joy of the custom shop. Like, what's the point if you can't do that? So
And that's something we take a lot of pride in. We've heard all the pickups in every combination about. Well, a few still surprise us because we'll come up with some new ones, but we know how they're going to interact together. We know how to get you there. That's the idea of being a master designer with it. Is really working. We've done it. Hundreds of thousands of times.
There's a few like tried and true combinations at this point that we have that we all love.
There are. Now, speaking of something important, frets.
Doesn't matter. Yank them. Fretless. Got yourself Jocko.
Do you like them fat? Do you like them wee?
Yes.
I mean, so I'd say the #1 fret is
narrow, tall.
6105s.
Yeah.
That's the one we see used most. Some people don't like it. That's weird. Most people do. It's strange not to like a fret that's that in the middle of the road, but I get it.
Frets are one of those things. I pretty much am fine with all of them except the vintage. I don't even mind the medium vintage. I don't like the tiny little ones.
So
as
medium
much.
vintage has become one of my favorites.
Well, that's one of those trend things we talked about in the beginning. It used to be everything was narrow tall or medium jumbo, and occasionally a jumbo. And now I feel like it's kind of swung the other way.
I think so. Because people are starting to play delicately and vintage-ish, which I like. So it was like 6105 is still the bread and butter, but medium vintage is now an option.
And
that is huge.
I'm a big fan of the old medium jumbos, but that's just me.
Well, you're a mean player.
That's just me.
Now, wiring is something that people get into, and it can get confusing as well. When in doubt, again, keep it simple. Modern wiring is really good.
I was going to say there's two answers. There's a Tele answer. There's a Strat answer.
Well, give me the Strat answer first.
I feel like it's the vintage modified number 2. Hear me out.
What about number 1?
Forget it. Forget about it.
Why
No, I just like having the tone on just my bridge pickup. And then I can let the middle tone share the neck and the middle.
I think that makes sense too. Yeah, that way you can, because I like having the bridge run hot and maybe the middle pull down a bit.
Yes.
And then go to position 2.
And sometimes it's just nice. You want to roll off just a little bit off that bridge pickup and make it usable, especially with the right pickup. So.
Now, what about bridges?
I mean, I'm sort of a classic guy, but barring that, like none of that too bold craziness. But barring that, the RSD is really good. It's a must on the offset stuff. If you want offset, I think you should really think about. It doesn't quite look as vintage. Now on the Strat and the Tele, there's a vintage RSD option that really does look like a vintage guitar still, or at least at a glance.
Yep.
Not so much in the offsets, but I think it's worth it.
Okay. So I think the verdict on that is RSD when applicable. I'd say tuners, we tend to stick in the same place. Vintage.
Well, neither one of us are like locking tuner.
I like the
fanatics.
vintage locking. I don't think it's terrible. The vintage is fine once you learn how to do it.
It just works so good.
It
You
works
just
so well.
put it in the hole and twist. Put it and wind. Wind your heart out.
And now let's jump into I'd say this is probably our final bit, the necks.
Yeah.
This might be the most important part in some ways. That's why we saved it to the end.
That's probably the one I dare say that I talk the most about with people. Neck shapes.
This conversation can go on for a while as far as how you want, not even just the car, but how you want to shape it, the radius involved in it. But let's talk about the neck shape for a minute. Like, we've found that the V's have started to come back. Even in the 60s style guitars, you can have a 57 V, a 1056 V, and a 1964 Strat, or a 1969 Tele. That's the beautiful part of this. If you have a design you want, the necks can go wherever they want.
And listen, that's not an upcharge to pick that. That's not like a master built thing.
Nope.
You can do it. And I mean, I love the 57 soft V.
I'm a 1056 V guy.
One of my favorite necks. I love that one too. And the more I play these, the more I do enjoy them. But I will say, the more I play just more guitars, I kind of gotten where I kind of love all the necks.
We love the 63C is one of our favorites.
I used to not love the Oval C as much, the 60s Oval C, but now that I don't know, it's really grown on me as well.
Well, that's yours too, right?
I literally own one.
Well, and that's the number one. 60s
it is.
Oval C is the number one shape for the Fender Custom Shop for a reason. It's super comfortable. It fits a large, a small hand. You adapt a bit to it. It's not at all small like a modern Fender card.
No, it's definitely not like a modern C like you'd get on the production series. So
no, so it's a great, fantastic card. But some of our favorites are V's, 1056V, 63C. We love those, but there's so many great ones.
59s. I mean, there's so many good ones.
Those two have been sort of singers for what a lot of folks are looking for.
How do you feel about, speaking of those, one little add-on, the radius?
Mm-hmm. I like a compound radius. I'm a big fan of sometimes a pretty extreme one. Like I like vintage radius down low, and I like a little bit more Les Pauli up top. So
all the way to 12, 7 1/4 all the way to 12.
Sometimes.
See, I kind of prefer either 9.5 to 12 or 7 1/4 to 9.5.
No, and I get that because it's a really delicate balance of how you're going to shape the backside of the neck.
That's right.
And sometimes it gets a little weeble wobble, which I don't like. And if you just do it standard wise, but we've been trying to scheme with the old warlocks over at the Custom Shop on creating something special for us.
True.
So stay tuned. That might wrap us up in a minute.
I think it probably does.
For your basics, there's things like pick guards. That's all over the place. But a pick guard can ruin the guitar too. If you put
It can now.
you can take it off easily, but
I
man,
mean, you know,
we've seen a few where it's like, oh,
some of that is taste, but there's some we've kind of universally agreed, like, this would have been better with a good old like parchment or mint, you know.
You can swing and miss there hard.
You can.
No, it's a fun. Overall, it should be a fun process, and you should take people's advice that you trust.
Yes.
And that have been doing this for a while. This is not a big box type of operation. It's not just a pitch to us. There's some great shops out there. This is kind of all we do, but this is the time to take your time, pick who you're gonna do this with carefully, have fun doing it, and
it should be fun, right? It shouldn't feel like pressure or like, come on, choose. You know, it should be fun.
No, and
it should be sort of relaxed a bit.
And it takes time too. This is not something like once you decide I want this, it's going to take weeks before your traveler gets back sometimes.
And remember that, you know, because sometimes people call and they get a little like, I think they think we're going to email the custom shop and bam, in 2 hours they're going to have it back to us.
We had a gentleman do that just the other day.
We did.
And it doesn't happen very often, but he's like, I've waited a week and a half. I'm done with
minutes.
you.
I've waited minutes. No. Yeah, I mean, you know, I get it. And some of that maybe is time to think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this right now. Fine. That's
or
totally
you're just
cool.
a grumpy curmudgeon and you shouldn't be doing this in the first place.
Either way.
But sometimes it might not be for you, because if you're not willing to wait a week and a half, you're going to be willing to wait a year to 5 years sometimes, depending on the build.
On the builder, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
5 years, it's crazy. We still have something like that.
We do.
Killing me. So, Johnny, I think we can wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I think you should click like, subscribe,
You should probably hit the bell.
and let us know your thoughts, your experiences. If you've done some of the casino guitars, let it know us in the comments. If you like talking about these guitars, let us know that too. If you want to hang out with us, just come visit us. We're here every day.
If you are a champagne supernova in the sky,
Always. You're going
Let
to
us
see this
know.
jacket. It just
Let us
came in
know.
today. I'm going to wear it every
If
day
maybe.
until it smells like ass can.
maybe you're going to be the one that saves me.
Gosh, maybe.
After all.
Oh, God, it's the best band ever. But it's another story. We'll talk
It's
later.
coming. It's coming.
Go
That
see him.
story's coming.
Go see him. Stay tuned. Thanks again. Peace. Be with you.